So in today's match, you played against your former teammate Aspire. What was it like being on the opposite side of the game from him for the first time in the Overwatch League?
네, 우선 오늘 밴쿠버 타이탄즈 상대로 승리 거두신 걸 축하드리고요. 아무래도 밴쿠버 타이탄즈에 있는 이제 에스파이어 선수 얘기를 빼놓을 수가 없는데 처음으로 이제 반대편 상대편으로 만나서 경기를 한 소감이 궁금합니다.
일단 작년에 같은 팀에 있을 때도 정말 잘했던 선수고, 그리고 이번에는 같이 하진 못했는데 딱 상대 팀으로 만나니까 뭔가 같이 하지 못해서 좀 아쉽다. 너무 잘하는 선수고 그런 아쉬움도 조금 있고, 그리고 다른 팀 가서 또 잘하는 모습 보여주니까 좀 좋은 것 같아요. 좀 뭐랄까 그 좀 이 선수는 좀 다르다는 느낌? 작년에는 신입이었는데 가면 갈수록 너무 잘해져서 좀 무서운 선수예요. 제 느낌상.
Even when he was with us, with me, sorry, at Defiant last year, he was a great player. But so it was actually quite unfortunate that I couldn't like play against him for one time. But it is great to see him against me at the opponent team, and it's really great to see that he's popping up in another team as well. Because he has given me impression that this player is a bit different from the others. Because last year, I saw him more as like a rookie coming into the Overwatch League, but right now with his all these progress and impact play that he proved his worth, I think he is someone that we should probably watch out for.
All right, I absolutely agree with you, so I'm glad you think so. That's great. Um, so at the end of this game against the Vancouver Titans, Jaws on the broadcast said that you were typing things in chat like "you guys are so good." Was that because you were surprised with how well they played today?
오늘 밴쿠버 타이탄즈와의 이제 경기 끝자락에 조스라는 캐스터가 이제 You guys are so good 약간 이런 식의 이제 전체 채팅을 한 거를 이제 방송에서 언급을 했던 것 같아요. 오늘 밴쿠버 타이탄즈의 경기력에 대해서 굉장히 놀랐던 부분인지 궁금합니다.
근데 솔직히 요즘 지금 밴쿠버가 아무리 영승 12배 팀이어도 그래도 뭔가 저희가 이번 매트 자신 있어서 좀 쉽게 이길 것 같다고 생각했었는데 막상 해보니까 진짜 뭔가 다르더라고요. 그 다른 팀들이랑 지금까지 해왔던, 그러니까 이름만 들어도 강팀이라고 생각하는 팀들이랑도 연습을 많이 해봤고 대회를 한 건데 그 팀들보다 뭔가 더 완벽한, 좀 뭐 저희 실수도 있었지만 뭔가 그 전에 강팀으로 불리던 팀들보다 더 잘하고 이번 메타에 더 잘하고 좀 놀랐어요. 그래서 좀 벙찐 부분도 많았고 그래서 그 채팅을 쳤습니다. 그리고 에스파이어한테 치긴 한 건데 유튜브 굿이라고. 네.
Okay, I mean Vancouver is 0-2-12 on their record, and we were quite confident in our metas that we were expecting us to win quite easily against them, but it was very different when we actually faced them at the match. Like we had a number of scrims against those teams that are fairly known as strong teams in the Overwatch League right now, and then we just had a very different layer of impression. We received a very different layer of impression from Vancouver Titans when we actually faced them. So I guess we could say that Vancouver has a better understanding of the current meta right now compared to those like known teams. And I know that we made a lot of mistakes today as well, but considering our confidence in current meta, I was very impressed and surprised. So I couldn't stop myself from typing you too good, and that was more to Aspire than the team. But in general, it was pretty impressive.
Got it. Okay. All right. So, after telling them about how good they were, you were awarded the Player of the Match for today's match. This is certainly not the first time you've received this, but what do you think it is that you did in today's match that earned you that title?
그리고 그렇게 치열한 경기 끝에 오늘 어쨌든 PO팀을 받게 되셨습니다. 그래서 처음으로 받은 건 아니긴 하지만 오늘 특히 본인이 어떤 부분에서 조금 플레이적으로 증명을 해서 PO팀을 받을 수 있었다고 생각하나요?
일단 초반에 좀 쟁탈에서 좀 뭐랄까 그 딜 우겨넣기? 약간 딜을 좀 많이 넣고 그리고 클러치를 한 번씩 해서 받았다고 생각하고, 그리고 마지막 오아시스에서 마지막에 솔직히 말해서 클러치 싸움이었거든요, 마지막은. 근데 거기서 좀 제가 소전으로 킬도 많이 내가지고 받은 것 같아요. 원래는 제가 받을 게 아닌 것 같긴 했는데 너무 죽고 그렇게 잘하지 못했어서. 그래서 스텝 보면 좀 부끄럽긴 합니다. 마음에 들지가 않아서.
I think it was generally because I put in a lot of damage in very first map in our control maps today, and showed some I think pretty amazing clutch plays, especially in Oasis. Remember that 99 versus 99 that moment. It was more of like who makes that clutch play to kind of like win the map, and then I I made some kills with Soldier, and then that kind of like led to me receiving POTM today because I personally think it wasn't a day for me to take one, and I'm actually quite embarrassed with my unsatisfied stats playing DPS today.
Well, it was enough to earn you player of the match, so clearly you were still doing something right. Yeah, that 99-99 save clutch when you got that headshot on the objective. That was the key in the slot to ending the match. So good work on that. Speaking of which, actually, with the Sojourn and Ashe that we were just talking about, it seems like the current meta is Junker Queen as the tank, Genji as the DPS, Brig and Lucio as your supports. So a lot of AoE healing. But it seems like the second DPS is a little bit contested between teams on who they want to choose between Ashe and Sojourn. So why you were mostly playing Ashe during this match? Why Ashe over Sojourn?
일단은 저희가 이틀차까지 보기는 했는데 현재 메타 자체가 지금 소전 애쉬 혹은 겐지, 정크 퀸, 브리기테, 루시오 이런 식으로 해서 약간 그 광역 힐링 메타라고 이제 서양 팀에서는 많이 부르는 것 같아요. 그래서 그런 과정에서 지금 팀별로 소전이랑 애쉬 약간 히트 스캔 자리에 이제 영웅들이 좀 갈리는 모습을 보이고 있는데 오늘 토론토 디파이언트 같은 경우에는 애쉬를 대부분 기용하는 모습을 보였습니다. 그래서 소전을 선택하지 않고 애쉬를 기용한 이유가 있을까요?
일단 저희가 그, 원래 저희가 하기 전에 컨텐더스 대회를 제가 봤었는데 모든 팀들이 루시우 그 조합 하고 있더라고요. 그 소전 겐지 넣은 조합. 근데 저 조합에서 어차피 다 5명 뭉쳐서 다니는데 그리고 좀 어그레시브하게 받기밖에 안 하는데 굳이 소전으로 둘이 이렇게 꽝 부딪히는 싸움을 해야 되나? 그냥 한쪽이 계속 유리하게 구도 이용해서 빨면은 뭔가 계속 빨려가지고 상대 말라 죽일 것 같은데 약간 이런 생각이 들어서 저희가 애쉬를 했었는데 근데 그게 좀 저희 생각대로 잘 됐어가지고 이게 뭔가 잘 쓰면은 두 가지 다 된다 해야 되나? 그 공격적인 거랑 수비적인 게 둘 다 된다 생각해서 했던 거고요. 그리고 막상 연습 때 해보니까 이게 제일 좋은 것 같다라고 생각해서 네, 계속 하고 있습니다.
So before we head into our practice for Summer Showdown qualifiers, we did monitor the contenders team as well, and then we saw a majority of the teams utilizing Sojourn and Genji and the etc. So this is more of like a group up comp with all 5 heroes kind of like playing around all together, and more of like a dive only comp with a huge aggressiveness coming in. And then we were thinking like, is it really necessary to kind of like match up Sojourn versus Sojourn when it's a very highly aim based hero, and why don't we just try to like utilize the composition of the heroes throughout the map, and with new maps coming in like Pereso and all of that, and kind of like eat them up, using Ash's dynamite and Bob and etc. So that was our ideology, and then we thought that if this actually works out, then we can play both aggressive and defensive towards like many different comps, and then it worked for us, and I think it fits us the best considering our play style.
Well, it certainly did work out for you. That is a fact. So, yeah, I can't help but agree with you. Finally, this question just for you. The standings are almost irrelevant with this whole new meta, or so it seems, based on the game so far. And it looks like it's anybody's stage for the Summer Showdown. So, on what level do you place your team, Toronto Defiant, in this meta?
아무래도 새롭게 도입된 메타로 인해서 기존에 저희가 이제 모든 팀들이 위치해 있던 순위는 사실상 거의 의미가 없는 수준이라고 볼 수 있을 것 같아요. 그래서 서머 쇼다운 같은 경우 예선전 6경기로만 진출이 결정되기 때문에 굉장히 흥미로운 순위표를 기대할 수 있을 것 같은데 토론토 디파이언트는 현재 메타에서 어느 정도의 위치에 있다고 보시나요?
일단 절대 낮은 쪽이라고 생각하지 않고요. 솔직히 말해서 저희가 지금은 상위권인 것 같아요. 느낌상.
I would definitely not put ourselves in the low rank. I think we are one of the very top teams to qualify for Summer Showdown.
Awesome. Love the confidence. That's great. See, it seems like it runs in your team, so that's going to carry you guys through, hopefully. That's fantastic. All right, so uh now for the a little bit more hard-hitting questions here. You're really gonna have to dissect your team versus the other teams here. Your following matches for the Summer Showdown are Atlanta Reign, Dallas Fuel, Los Angeles Gladiators, Boston Uprising, and London Spitfire. So, with the Summer Showdown tournament being hosted in your home crowd, what is the plan to qualify despite that difficult lineup of teams?
다가오는 서머 쇼다운 이제 대진 같은 경우 밴쿠버전을 이후로 애틀란타, 댈러스, 글래디에이터스, 보스턴 그리고 런던까지 준비가 되어 있습니다. 사실상 새로운 메타를 고려하더라도 쉬운 대진은 절대 아닌데 저희가 토론토 디파이언트의 경우 어떤 부분들을 보완해서 이 팀들을 상대해서 서머 쇼다운에 진출할 준비들을 하고 있는지 궁금합니다.
음, 솔직히 말해서 지금 있는 저희 대진에 있는 팀들의 대회를 보면은 뭔가 좀 저희가 생각하기에는 좀, 얘네들을 뭔가 빨리 만나서 빨리 이겨놓고 싶은데, 라고 생각을 하는데, 왜냐면 이 팀들이 강팀인 이유가 처음부터 그냥 계속 잘해서가 아니고, 못해도 다른 팀들이 하는 걸 배우면서, 그러니까 저도 잘 졌다라고 생각하고, 거기서 왜 졌는지 생각하고, 그런 거 배우는 점이 너무 빨라가지고 강팀이라 생각하는데, 저희도 지금 저희가 강팀이라 생각하지만, 얘네 다른 팀들이 저희 대전에 있는 팀들이 다 강팀이라 다음 주에는 어떻게 또 변할지 몰라서 저희도 여기서 멈추지 않고 계속 발전을 해야 된다고 생각합니다. 저희끼리 얘기를 많이 하고 게임적인 거를 좀 세세하게 얘기를 해야 한다고 저는 생각해요.
So it's definitely a very tough road down to the summer showdown, and there are, I would say, all of them are very strong teams in the league right now. And I was actually hoping to meet a few of them in the early stage because strong teams are known to be strong. It's because not just because they are like perfect team from the very beginning, but they are actually quite good at picking up their mistakes and the strengths from other teams to kind of like make their own play out of it. And yes, I still think that, we are a pretty strong team in this meta right now, but you never know how our remaining opponents are going to improve. Like by next week. So I really think that we should never stop and keep improving ourselves and then try to communicate a lot of in-game details to kind of like build that layers of details so that we keep our like um we keep being like ahead of the other teams.
Got it. Well, there are going to be a lot of those tough teams coming up, so you'll have week by week time to learn about it. And you started 1-0, which gives you a little bit of comfort, a little bit of safe room there to work with. So, good way to start, and I'm sure you guys will continue to improve, like you said, throughout this stage. So, just two more for you here. One following off the last question. Against the previously named teams, who do you think will be your toughest opponent?
말씀하신 것처럼 이제 매주 많은 팀들이 이제 더 발전해서 더 강력한 팀이 되어서 돌아오겠지만 물론 토론토 디파이언트 같은 경우도 오늘 1승을 거뒀기 때문에 조금은 숨을 한숨 돌리고 더 노력하시는 거에 매진하면 될 것 같습니다. 하지만 말씀하신 것처럼 강팀이기는 해요. 그래서 나열된 5개 팀, 애틀란타, 댈러스, 글래디에이터스, 보스턴, 런던 중에 어떤 팀이 가장 상대하기 껄끄러울까요?
저는 제가 생각하기에는 댈러스? 댈러스랑 글래디 이 두 팀이라고 생각하는데 왜냐면은 애초에 정규 시즌 성적도 좋고 그리고 그 토너먼트 올라갔을 때도 성적이 정말 좋은 팀들이라 걱정되는데 왜냐면 이게 걔네들이 가면 갈수록 잘해져가지고 제가 알기로는 선수들끼리 그 팀합이 좋다 해야 되나? 이 개인 피지컬이 떨어지는 선수도 없고 거기에 팀합까지 좋으니까 이게 좀 많이 걱정되긴 해요. 뭔가 솔직히 한 전주 지나갈 때마다 얘네들이 더 잘해져 있을 것 같고 근데 심지어 지금까지 대하는 거 보면은 잘해져 있고 그걸 증명하는 팀들이라서 좀 많이 걱정되고 솔직히 저희가 잘할 때 빨리 만나고 싶긴 해요.
I would pick Dallas and Gladiators with lots of reasons, but I mean, they are quite strong in regular season and also in tournament as well. And like the reasons that I've explained before in terms of like what builds a strong team, they have good mechanics, they have a very good team synergy, and they kind of like build up. They kind of give us the impression that they build a strong each week, and they actually prove it. So actually, those two were the teams that we really wanted to meet this week to kind of like pop off when we are very strong at this meta right now. But we'll see how it goes.
Right. And final question for you. So this is the Toronto Defiant Fan Appreciation Weekend. Is there anything that you want to say to all of your fans out there rooting you guys on?
마지막 질문 드리겠습니다. 이번 주 아시다시피 토론토 디파이언스에서 굉장히 크게 개최하고 있는 팬 어프리시에이션 위켄드가 진행이 되고 있어요. 마지막으로 항상 응원해주시는 팬분들께 한마디 하면서 정리할게요.
솔직히 그 저희가 저번에 뷰잉 파티 처음 했을 때 워싱턴이랑 했을 때 그때 저희가 져서 뭔가 좀 많이 죄송스럽고 그랬었는데 근데 어떤 팬분 한 분이 저희 바람 쐬러 갈 때 잠깐 대회 끝나고 나가려 했는데 옆에서 수고했다고 말씀해 주셔서 약간 좀 많이 도움이 됐고요. 왜냐면 솔직히 저희가 그리 성적이 좋은 팀도 아니고 어 뭐랄까 성적이 좋은 팀도 아니고 약간 좋은 퍼포먼스도 아직 많이 못 보여드렸는데 응원을 해주신다는 걸 정말 감사하다고 전해드리고 싶고 그리고 다행히 이번에는 이겨서 좀 더 활기찬 모습으로 웃는 모습으로 팬분들을 봐서 다행이고 이번에 토론토 디파이언트 서머 쇼다운은 좀 다를 거라고 말씀드리고 싶습니다. 그리고 늘 응원해 주셔서 감사합니다. 꼭 보답해드리겠습니다.
Back in our very first viewing party, that was our match against Washington, and we lost. So it was really, I felt really sad and sorry for them. But it was actually right after the match, I was taking an air, and then a fan just came to me and then said, you still did well. And then I was actually able to get back up. Really, we really appreciate all the fans like supporting us. And honestly, we have not proved our performance that everyone has expected for us, and we are still kind of like behind by the end of the mid season. But so it really means a lot to me that the fans still support us regardless of our performance, and I'm really really feeling unfortunate that we actually won tonight. That we were able to smile and greet all the fans after the match. So I kind of want to promise to our fans that Toronto Defiance Summer Showdown will be very different compared to other previous tournaments that we had. Thank you everyone for supporting us, and hopefully we'll pay you back with amazing performance at Summer Showdown.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, and congratulations on your win today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and good luck on the rest of the stage.
Thank you. Thank you so much.